What's good, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of TheStankCast. I'm your host, HamStank. He's your co-host, Craig Moo Cowie. Craig, say hello to the people.
What's happening, people?
What is happening, everybody? On this week's episode of the pod, we're going to be dissecting and divulging these the new show that's been hitting Netflix. It's been going wild all over everything. It's Baby Reindeer. Now, Cowie, you introduced me to this show probably 2 weeks ago? Was that a week ago or a bit now? You know,
about 2 weeks ago.
You definitely knew more about it, right? I have watched half of the show. You've watched the whole show.
Yep.
I've watched the Piers Morgan interview, and
Yep.
I've watched subsequent interviews with what's his name?
Richard Gadd.
I've watched interviews with him as well, but I haven't finished the show purely because it enraged me so much. But if someone hasn't watched Baby Reindeer, doesn't know what Baby Reindeer is,
which I can't imagine many people don't know. But
well, a lot of people don't watch daytime TV anymore, so people are
it's not daytime TV. It's Netflix.
Oh, that's fucking true. But I meant for like hearing about it on like day to day.
Yeah,
If
for sure.
you're not on Netflix, I haven't seen it yet. Because you might just see Baby Reindeer and not even click on it.
Yeah, true.
Right, go for it. You tell them the
Right.
premise of this
So-
this show.
Baby Reindeer is based on Richard Gadd, a wannabe comedian at the time who was a barman, and the concept is that he was slightly nice to a lady and then she hardcore stalked him.
Like
And
hardcore.
when I say hardcore stalked him, we'll address the figures first of what she sent over the course of her stalking, which was
A year and a half.
Yeah,
A year and a half
year-
duration.
well. So I've seen some people say it was over 4 years, but apparently it was a year and a half, according to her.
And him.
Yeah, and
On
him.
the show.
It was a year and a half. So in that year and a half, there was 41,000 emails, which works out as 78 emails a day. Is it not?
Yeah,
I think it's
you
78
did the
emails
math
a day.
on that, yeah.
106 letters.
Damn.
350 hours worth of voicemails.
Damn.
4 Facebook profiles, totaling 16 different message attempts.
Could have done better.
How many tweets was it? Was it 100?
I thought she didn't have Twitter.
Yeah, she did. Oh no, she tweeted him. She tweeted him relentlessly, bro.
Is that right? Because
Yeah,
she
there
was
was
on the Morgan show. She said,
No, she doesn't have it now.
oh.
She said that she doesn't have social medias now, but she did. Like she
She
did.
recently just came off. She
Yeah.
said she came off Facebook the week before the Piers Morgan
Yeah.
show as well.
But I think there was like 450 or 477 or something like that. Was it? No, what was it?
A ridiculous
For
amount
some
of tweets.
reason, it was either 160 something or 600 something. That's what I've got in my head.
Okay.
I know that's such a mental difference, but anyway, regardless, there was a hoorn amount of tweets as well.
But the main figure there is the 41,000 emails.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck sent emails?
Well, so
Genuinely.
it was over a decade ago, but even
Bro,
10 to 15 years ago, you're like
who's sending that many
still
fucking
shouldn't have
emails
a
to
phone.
anybody?
Still
you know
should
what I
not have a phone.
mean? Who's sending an email that says send from my phone or send from iPhone?
From iPod.
iPhone, yeah, whatever it was. Misspelling it all the time. And that.
Yeah, to be fair, for context there, all of her emails and the stuff that it was the emails that she sent him, she would attach at the bottom from it saying sent from my iPhone, like what it does on an iPhone.
Yeah.
But as you get further into the episode, you see she started making spelling mistakes and she started calling it like my poen or my poen or my phone. And then at one of them, she was just like iPhone.
Yeah.
And then like when she was getting raging out, she's iPhone or sent from pon.
Yeah.
And it was so mental. Like there was I seen a thing of a behavioral specialist talking about it, and they were saying it's like probably her way of like trying to feel like she's more of a part of society because like people
Everyone
that
has
have iPhones are like, you know what I mean, more like highfalutin, or it's like they're more in with social media things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she, in her eyes, it made her feel like she was more part of something or something like that, which just goes to show you a testament to how like she was not well.
I
Like,
was
she's
just
not a
about
well
to say that
person.
almost makes you feel really bad for her, doesn't it?
I do feel bad for her to
like
a
when I was
certain
watching
extent.
the show, I was like, wow, that's messed up. Like, genuinely, she's obviously ill in the head, like, not well.
Oh, heavily.
And she needs, you just feel for people like that they can't help it.
Yeah.
Like, she just can't help acting the way she does.
But you've got to think about, like, so see, like, obviously when it's portrayed in the film, but the documentary, it's like,
It's a dramatized.
yeah, it's a dramatized version of it, but
yeah.
even the way she's behaving, if she was doing the things that she's doing, I don't understand how you can do that as a person, and at no point your brain goes, this is maybe a bit weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when there's a few scenes where she sat outside. I don't know if you watched them ones, but she sat outside his house.
Yeah, on
right?
the bus stop.
Well, yeah, sorry, sat outside his ex-girlfriend's house that he's staying at.
His
at the bus
ex-girlfriend's
stop.
mum's house.
Yeah, sorry. There you go, his ex-girlfriend's mum's house.
That was
sat
one of
at the
best-
bus stop
sorry.
for days, like days at a time, and and then hurling abuse at him and stuff like that, and like all this other shit. What? Like I sitting at a bus stop for like 14 hours so that you can shout at somebody. Like you have to be ill. Like you have to be real ill to do something like that.
Yeah, she literally would not move, even in like the rain, the snow, wouldn't move. Just stayed there.
It's so mental.
Like ridiculous, isn't it?
All because he gave her a cup of tea and joked about hanging her curtains. Had a sexual joke about hanging her curtains.
It wasn't even him. It was the bloody chef at his work.
No, he
And
was
then-
the one that said about the curtains.
And then he went on with it. Yeah.
Yeah. But then she said on the Piers Morgan thing that never happened, and he tried it on with her, and that he said he would hang her curtains and asked if she wanted him to go home with her, and she apparently
Rubbed him
rubbered
off.
him.
She had a boyfriend.
Yeah,
But going back, right?
good one.
Let's just talk from the start of the show, right?
Yep.
Richard Gadd, a comedian from Scotland, moved up to London, works in a pub. This other lady, Martha, as she's called in the show, a lawyer from Scotland, also moved down to London.
Yep.
Walks into the pub. She has been disbarred. Is that right? She's lost her law license for stalking that member of parliament.
Well, according to the show, yeah, she says that's not true. She said on the Piers Morgan show that wasn't true. But, well, she didn't say it wasn't true. She basically said the paperwork hadn't been filled properly, so she hadn't been done for it.
Yes, that's what she said, yeah. But, yeah, so she's apparently been disbarred from her law degree, but she still says she's a lawyer. She still believes she's a lawyer. She pretends that she has important things to do. If you looked on her Facebook, it was like photoshopped images of her with like David Cameron and all these types of people. Like,
yeah, because she said that she like knew them and I had.
yeah, she said that she was like conducting all this important business with them and stuff. And
well, on her interview with Piers, she did say that she did run for Parliament at one point, and then there was something that had happened to stop it. I think it was that stalking thing. They'd basically like used that had come out, and they like had to stop her from running for election or something.
if
like that.
cunts like that can run for Parliament, what the fuck's the point?
So mentally.
Genuinely, what's the point? You've just enraged me. What is the point of that?
Well, she didn't get to.
Obviously, she didn't get to. But fuck me, bro. If she's even close to it, like she had the chance to. That's wild.
I think the most wild part is she would be debatably less mental than some of the people that are in Parliament. Like,
Yeah.
if I could actually geese a shot of that, eh? Her or Rishi Sunak.
Yeah, I know which one I'm picking. Actually.
Yeah, fucking
Jesus
right. At least I know
Christ.
she's got attention to detail. You know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Yeah, at least I'll know what's going on.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
never
true,
in
yeah.
contact.
Get a letter every day from her.
Oh mate, that is wild though. That like she's obviously an intelligent woman. Like she's not stupid in any way.
Yeah, but I think she's
performed.
like narcissistic level intelligent. Do you know what I mean? Like I think she's really clever,
Yeah.
but she's like a clever narcissist. Like she's convinced of all these things that she's actually like a good person. She's
Yeah,
like,
but like from what you can
is
see,
that or he's over dramatized everything and she said hi to him one day, tried to speak to me, wasn't game, and then that was it, and now he's made it out like there was a whole thing. But that's how she kind of tries to make it out.
yeah, but from the interview with Piers Morgan,
She did it all.
yeah, from the interview, like she starts off straight up just saying, "Not true." Like
Yeah.
it's just not true. And then as the interview goes along and along and along, it's Piers start asking questions about emails and stuff. And
Yeah.
then she starts using phrases like, "Well, even if that was true,"
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right at the end too, she whips out, right at the end of the interview, they're on
Yeah.
about when he asks her about it again, she's like, no, it wasn't that many. She was like, but Piers, even if I had sent all those emails, this, and you see him, he's like,
It's just
excuse
not-
me? Yeah, and he asks her, he's like that, why would you say that?
In all fairness to right, I'm not a Piers Morgan fan in any fucking
Mhm.
way, shape, or form, right? But I'm going to give him it for the way he conducted himself in the interview, right? Maybe the questions were a bit like pokey,
Okay.
but I don't think he ever stepped over the line. That might be just because he was scared of her. Who knows?
Scared that he was going to be next.
Yeah,
Somebody
I saw that.
He showed a picture that was like him, and at his desk he had like 2 cups of tea, and she had a cup of water. And somebody took a picture. It was like fucking Piers Morgan, both cups of tea on his side, smart man. He didn't want to be number 2.
That's a fucking great idea.
Yeah, because that's how it all started. Is she came in and she was into the pub, and she was supposedly she'd gone to the pub and she was like tired and that and not too great, so he offered her a cup of tea, and then she was like, oh yes, yeah, and then she started coming in, and then that was it.
Yeah, and she got given it for free apparently as well.
Yeah,
that was a big part of it, that she was skint, basically.
Yeah, which again she also denied. But
interesting part of it, right? If you haven't seen the show, I'll not try and ruin it, but there is a part where Richard Gadd follows Martha home.
Yes.
In the show.
Yes.
And has a wee peek through the window.
Yeah.
To see what the fuck is going on. After like a couple of times she's been getting a bit heavy, and then he goes to inspect. Why would you do that? Don't know. I'm not Richard Gadd. Idiot.
But
no.
But
don't you butt me.
No, she on the interview said
that's
she lived on the 7th floor at the time.
And she said never happened. He never looked in my window.
But that convinced me more that she's fucking nuts then.
Why would
he go, yeah, I was creeping through my stalker's window, if he didn't? I understand there's a certain level of like dramatization that needs to go on, but bro, you're not.
But he's also admitted to a lot of stuff.
Well, he also admitted to fucking beating it to that photo she gave him. Yeah.
And he's admitted a lot of stuff, not even just that, but on the show he admits to doing cocaine. Like, you see him doing cocaine.
Yeah.
You see him. There's loads of stuff he does. Like, he puts it all out there. He's not ashamed to say any of it now. I think back in the day he might have been, because he was dating a transgender and he was worried about that getting out.
And the whole thing with Darian. Which you've not seen that bit. I'll get into that in a later bit.
You can tell me about that.
I'm not gonna express it too much because it's deep. It's rough. It's real rough.
When did I stop watching? I stopped watching after episode 4. But I can't remember. I was just like, we were sat watching it here, and I was like, I'm so done with this.
Well, it's bad enough that most of the people on social media are actually questioning why the show was written about Martha and why they haven't done a show about what happened with Darian. Because it was even worse than what Martha did. And you've seen all the stuff that Martha did, so you can take a gauge for what this Darian guy did.
Oh, wait a minute. He's the one that sexually abused him?
Yes, yeah.
Right,
multiple times he would get him over his
loads
and loads of drugs and then like take advantage of him. But then that Richard Gadd was like, even himself admitted, he was like, but for some reason I kept going back. He was like...
This is what I'm saying. This is why I stopped watching.
It's because he was making him famous. It's the whole standard, like, do this and I'll make you famous. And he was. When he was letting him do it, that guy was coming to his shows, and then people were coming to his shows, and he was getting people. And then when that guy wasn't there, nobody was coming to his shows again. So it was like, don't get me wrong, not an excuse to be going back to
wild,
yeah, but at the same time, it's like hit in his brain. I think it was this happens and I get famous, or this doesn't happen and I'm in a pub dressed up like an idiot and nobody's coming to a show.
Oh mate, is it really worth that? Like, honestly, you're like,
bro, people literally, it's like selling your soul to the devil, man. Eh? Like, people will do anything for fame.
That's wild. That genuinely never in a million years would that ever happen.
Well,
like, you have to at some point have some fucking self-respect for yourself. I mean, it's hard to say when this guy was putting on the show he was putting on in that pub at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah, it wasn't showing terrible amount of respect for himself, to be honest.
Nah, you can see that quite obvious, but surely. That's why I stopped watching the show, was because of the stupid things he kept putting himself in, these ridiculous situations. Like, he kept walking down the same path and going, oh, now I've been molested.
Yeah.
I'll keep going back. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Even if it was to get you famous, bro. Even before that. Before I didn't see that bit, right? I saw the other bit with Martha doing it.
Yeah.
And he still followed on with all the other stuff. And even when she was sat outside, he went up to her and took her home.
Only at the very end, because it was like freezing cold outside.
Bro,
and
call the fucking police or something. Fuck off. Stop taking her home yourself. There's a million other options you can do. Call an ambulance. Fucking going over and taking her in your own car. The cunt sat outside your ex-girlfriend's mum's house that you're living in because you're a sad bastard and can't afford your own flat.
Damn.
Honestly, I got so wound up watching the show, mate. This guy's a dickhead. Richard Gadd, if you ever hear this, you were a dickhead. Don't care. You might be nice now, but you were a dickhead.
You were a bit of a dickhead, mate. Yeah.
Honestly, get a grip.
I mean, I think I'm a little bit maybe more understanding of your mentality throughout the situation, but at the same time,
It's
you also were a
whatever,
dickhead,
right? But like, he moved down there with his girlfriend at the time, and then they broke up, and
Yeah.
he still lived with her mum.
Yeah.
Bro,
Because he was working in a pub. He didn't have any money, bro.
fucking move out. Go. It's not your home. It's your ex-girlfriend's house.
Yeah, but
move.
What if he doesn't have any money to go anywhere?
Move back to Scotland, bruv. Do anything.
And go where? What if he didn't have
Anything,
anywhere to
bruv.
go?
He's got family. He's not alone. Do anything. And if he is homeless, go fucking for a homeless shelter or something, bruv. Living in your ex-girlfriend's mum's house is wild.
That's
It's
fucking
wild.
nuts.
It's
That's absolutely
wild,
nuts.
bro.
When she's not even there either.
Nah.
It's just you and the mum.
She's away. She's away. Fucking. She's moved on. Spent her wings.
She's at uni. She was at uni. That's what she was at.
Yeah, still. Whatever, man. Honestly, ridiculous.
It is mental.
No wonder the girl hated him as well. His ex-girlfriend ended up hating him.
Like this, I think all of it accumulates to express why he's why he's such like a broken individual. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but he's not that broken because he decided to write a show about it and tell the whole world about his story because he himself is obviously that self-indulged that he needs a story told about him.
and it's had something like 2.6 million views on
This
Netflix,
is what I'm saying,
so
so
he's making money. Yeah, he's making money.
Fair play to him for making the money and all that, but
Well, listen, if someone's gonna fucking molest you early
If
on in
that's
your
a-
life, you might as well somehow make some money out of it. You know what I mean?
yeah, if only that was his goal at the start. I'm just gonna have a whole load of terrible shit happen to me and then make a movie about it.
Fuck, that would be some next level like
IQ,
self-pity,
bro. Yeah.
narcissism. That one, like, that would be mental. I'm gonna get myself traumatized over the course of my life so I can make millions sell.
That's
the
what this
story.
guy done. That's what this guy has
I
done.
don't think he willingly did.
How can you say that with full confidence? That this guy hasn't deliberately went out there and put himself in these scenarios for stuff to happen?
Oh, bro, because
There's so many things that he does. That
I get what
just
you're saying. He definitely
ridiculous.
has put himself in this situation, but I don't think I can convincingly say that he's gone like, do you know what would be great? Getting stalked by a mad fat bitch.
Maybe.
And then sexually assaulted by sexually assaulted by two different people. How great will that be? Like, let's make that happen. Like, I don't think so, bro.
No, I'm not saying he's. I'm not saying he's went out and done it. I'm like deliberately done it. That's one of his intentions.
But he's put himself in those situations.
He's put himself in those situations, knowing the possible outcomes. He has.
Yeah.
And he still went through with it. It's just fucking wild, man.
Mate, people's brains don't work right, eh? Like, people like...
No, I get
like
it.
his
I get it.
brain
My
was
brain don't
clearly
work right, but-
not firing the same way as ours was at the time. Like, our logic and reason clearly wasn't the same logic and reason as what his brain was frying on at that point in time. It wasn't far off, because, like I say, he admits it loads over the course of the show that he was like, I did this, and I don't know why, I just did, and it... Blah, 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 and it's like...
I'm struggling to think of like other examples of stuff that he did that wound me up.
Maybe you're just wound up, mate. Maybe you didn't do that much. No, he did. I'm not...
Bro, he did. He did so
yeah,
much.
he fought...
There was-
Was it not eventually he replied to one of our emails as well because you hadn't emailed him or something like that? So he like replied to it because he was like concerned that she'd died or something, and that's why she'd stopped emailing him or something like that. So he like spoke to her to find out. He went to, like, say, apparently looked through her window or house.
That's a wild thing to do, man. I'm going to stalk my stalker. And how the fuck is stalker didn't know?
Well, she
And
says it
also-
didn't happen.
And also, at one point, right, she goes, she follows him home all the time. Like, if I've got a stalker, there's no way I'm walking the same way home every day. There's just no way.
Yeah.
If I've got a stalker, I'm going somewhere else first.
Without being
Anywhere
disrespectful, bro, if that's my stalker, I'm just getting a light jog on, and then I'm good. Like, she's not going to keep up, eh? Like, realistically, she's shaped like an apple. Like...
That's hilarious. She
Yeah,
is, though.
yeah,
You're
I'm
right.
just like, she's like, hey, fucking baby reindeer, bye. And I'll just casually jog off into the distance, and watch her waddle and try and keep up. Like,
Yeah, there was nothing.
Yeah, I
she
just
could do.
don't-
But actually, in reality, she wasn't that big. When you watch that, you're going off the show. On the Piers Morgan show, she isn't that big, bro.
still big enough. Like, I'll just run a bit more than just a light jog then.
She may have lost weight as well. Never know.
Same as, is it harsh to think that in the canal scene when she's got him up against the wall, like canal scene, he's walking underneath the bridge, she's speaking to
Yeah,
him,
I know.
ends up getting him against the wall,
And groped
hand
him.
down the trousers and
Yeah.
that. He could have just...
This is what I'm saying.
And then
to you. He
she's
just
in the canal.
stands there.
Yeah, like she's in the canal.
I get that.
and then it's
like,
not his problem. You know
I
what I
get
mean?
that
Like,
he might be
huh,
scared or
whoops.
whatever, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's just not scared. There's other emotions going on there. I don't get it.
Maybe it was maybe he was genuinely terrified.
Was he not having issues with like sexual partners and stuff where
So
he couldn't get it up or something?
He was struggling to sleep with his missus, and it wasn't that what fixed him, but he said that he'd started thinking about her when he was tugging it, basically.
Who?
And like Martha.
Not as
So the story is, right, he was with the girl, couldn't get it up, couldn't make it work. Didn't know what was going on for ages. This whole thing kicked off with Martha, blah, 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 blah. Eventually, one day, he did think about her while he was having one of his sessions, and then he gets her photo, the photo that she gave him of her in the underwear.
Yeah, I remember that photo.
And starts jollying on to said photo. And then that spurs his sex drive on, so he then manages to sleep with his missus. So, can't sleep with his missus, beats off the stalker's photo, can now do missus. Yeah, mental.
Yeah, there's just something not right there either.
Yeah, because you see him, there's a scene after he slept with her, and he's like smiling, then he stops smiling, he's like, I'm almost like, he's like, it's upsetting that's what it took to get my libido back, and he's like, my missus is so happy about it, and she doesn't have a clue. Like,
damn.
Because he had a dream or something where he went to her house, to Martha's house,
right?
And he actually went into her house, and in the dream, fully like
did it,
goes for her, yeah, like just goes at it, and then that was apparently what.
That is the exact reason he cast himself.
What do you mean?
So he could relive the whole situation and play it all. That is the exact reason. And why would they have to put in the dream in the show?
Yeah, you obviously just wanted all the detail there, eh?
Bro, that's the reason.
Because I think the reason is because obviously he expressed that was the turning point that saved him not being able to sleep with his missus. So that kind of has to be. You couldn't have just told the story and been like, then magically I was attracted to her again. Like, he's expressing the fact, like,
he could have told the story without any part of his fucking.
Yeah, no, but then it defeats the purpose of it encompassing the whole situation that they had. Like, I think his idea of the show was to give every detail about their whole relationship and then see how that pans out in other people's brains. But a lot of people think that if you watch the last episode, we're going to need to watch it back, because I've seen somebody posting saying that the last episode almost makes it look like he's doing all this to stalk her. Like, just like something's happened, and this has all happened now. He's done this to like get her attention because he's trying to get her back into his life, sort of thing. So we'll need to rewatch the last episode, and I'll need to, because I can't remember what happened.
I've not watched,
but I'll need to watch the last one and then see if I get what was
they freak me out, man.
But the last one, I don't think it's got mad. The last thing's mostly about like her getting caught for it all, and her like.
No, I haven't seen the bit where he's getting like abused by this gentleman. I haven't seen any of that. And I think it's episode 4, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm pretty strong stomach, and like things don't seem to faze me, but it is a tough watch. Like, it's a tough watch. Like, when you allow yourself to think that like he is actually the guy and this all actually happened to him, and he's acting it all out again, all this stuff, and it's pretty close to real as well. And he's reacting. It's quite tough to fucking visualize. There's a reason he's cast himself in this, to relive it all, bro.
Because he's getting a wee horny kick.
He's getting a jolly off it, my guy. You know what I mean? He really is.
It's mental if that is the case. Like, if that is the case, that's nuts. But people are mental. I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised whatsoever.
Well, we'll see what happens after the end when
people
she takes him
love
to court.
themselves that much.
Because if she's apparently taken him to court. I seen another interview today with Piers where he had a bunch of people on discussing it, and one of the guys was saying that he was currently in talks with a law firm in London who were setting up to potentially take her on and defend her side of the case and actually take it to court with her. So once that's all over, you'll get to finally find out if it comes out and she actually
he's just done all this, man. He's a fucking
because she says, right, less than 10 letters. She said one that she can remember. If she maybe sent more, maybe, but definitely less than 10. She said maybe a few she said one letter, sorry. It was less than 10. Oh, was it less than 10 emails?
Yeah, it was less than 10 emails.
Something like that, yeah, less than 10 emails. She said the voicemails, one, the rest of them he must have recorded her at some point.
Yeah.
And then pretended they were voicemails. The tweets apparently just not true. The Facebook just not true. So it's like, if it comes out and she's right, then he's said all this, and the true fact is she sent him one letter, one voicemail, and a couple of emails. And they met, and they only knew each other over the course of a month and a half. If she's right, like that, she said that only over a month and a half did they actually like see each other regularly.
Yeah.
But they were in contact for the year and a half.
That's
so if she's
nuts.
right and he's wrong, that's crazy.
Jail time.
For sure. Defamation and shit. Yeah, 100%. He's made millions off it.
Jail time.
But if he's not wrong, if he's not wrong. If he's not wrong, and she actually did do all that, then damn, like
then back to the first.
Yeah,
one.
that's fucking nuts, bro.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is. But the same could be said either way. If this situation, it's not good for someone's getting fucked. You know what I mean?
Like literally.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Whether they want it or not. Like,
either way, one of them's getting fucking done. Like, if it comes out and he's fucking lying.
Yeah.
What happens then,
just
man?
fucked, eh? Like,
And
it's
like,
mental.
even us, like, sat here talking about it, like, bashing this woman. I'll feel horrible for that.
I absolutely won't, because I've regularly said, but she said. So
Yeah, true.
I'm making sure
I actually haven't bashed her that much.
No.
I've bashed him quite a lot. I was more watching the show.
Yeah,
I was
you victim blamer.
I was
God
way more
damn.
pissed off at him. Absolutely.
I was way more pissed off at him.
I was, man. He was doing all this mad shit. All you have to do when someone's harassing you like that is just change emails.
It's hard. I get you, because you could technically see it as
Block her email.
he has indulged someone that's clearly mentally
Yeah.
ill and purposely put himself in a way to allow someone that's mentally ill to
And he's
keep
put her
doing the
through
thing
that.
that's making them ill. Yeah, knowingly.
He's
But then
stoking
at
the
the same
fire.
time,
Yeah, of course, but
it's
she's not well,
it's
bro.
definitely not his fault. He didn't help himself for sure. 100% he didn't help himself.
I can't 100% say it's
But
not
the
his fault.
mass blame needs to be on her, regardless of the situation.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, like you can't be stalking people.
Yeah,
that
but that
hardcore.
doesn't mean I'm not allowed to be pissed off at this guy, man. Like,
Because he did a few times over the show as well, say that he did at times tell her to leave him alone, stop doing it, like go away from me. Even one point he fucking
then what
lost
happened-
it,
what
lost it with her in person, screamed
Yeah,
at
I
her, was like,
remember.
fucking leave me alone. Do you
after
know what I
he
mean?
attacked his girlfriend.
And it didn't work. So it's
Yeah, but
like,
after
and he
all
went
these
to the
things-
police, and the first twice he went to the police, they were basically like, there's no evidence, so. And he was like, there's emails, and they basically said they're not sexually aggressive or violent, so we can't do anything about them. And he showed him one that was kind of sexually aggressive, and they were like, not good enough. And then he went back, and then they found
That's
out who.
wild.
And then apparently he went back the third time, told them who it was, and then they looked up her
Yeah,
name, and
that's
then was
another
like,
thing.
oh shit, okay, yep, okay, we'll help you actually. But then nothing more happened
He went to
because.
the police and then didn't tell him who the stalker was.
Yeah,
what the fuck's that all about?
Well, he did tell her, but they told him to compile all of the emails and stuff,
No, he
and then
never
pick it
said
out,
who
and
it
he
was.
didn't do it.
Yeah, dickhead.
No, they did, because the police went and spoke to her about it. They had to go around and see her and stuff like that, and went to speak to her and stuff. He definitely told them who it was.
Not the first two times they went to the police station. You've just
he
said
definitely
that-
no,
you've-
no,
and
no.
he
Yeah,
also
sorry,
says
no.
in the show.
Yeah, because he doesn't get a chance to. Like he said, he went up and tried to report it to the guy. The guy patched him off. It wasn't until the third time he reported it and was like, "It's this person. Please look her up." And he did, and then that was when they took him seriously.
Well, in the first, I remember watching the first time when he went to the prison on the show, and he's monologuing it over the thing as if he's speaking in his head.
Yeah.
And he's going, I don't know why I didn't tell him who it was. I don't know why I didn't do this.
Oh, so the first time he didn't even go in,
he went in. He goes to the window.
but
He
he didn't.
speaks to the officer, but
Yeah.
he never didn't tell her who that is. He's very, very blasé about the whole thing.
I think that's kind of what it's like the first two times. Is what I'm saying. Like he goes in and he kind of like reports it. Like what's happened, because the second time the guy definitely like he reports, he tells him what's happened. The guy's like, basically we can't do anything, and then he goes back, tells her the name, they do that, but then they ask him to write all the letters and get it all together of everything that's happened, and he's like okay, and then doesn't do it. So again on that part, yeah, I'm with you. Like, what the fuck you doing, bro?
Like not even to that extent, right? I'm going on about the fact that day 5 in the pub. Yeah. Day 5 in the pub when the same woman showed up and she's still being fucking. You're trying to get on with your work, but she's constantly at you. She's constantly talking. Eventually, she's like, "Listen, love, I've got a job to do here. You want to go away?" Something like that. She's clearly not well, right? Him.
Yeah, I'm gauging the
indulging it.
answer to that would be, I'm okay here.
Okay, cool. Bye. I'm good. See you later. Change job. No problem. No fucking issue.
That's what everyone else said. Like, why don't you quit? And he was like, I need the money.
There's a million other places you could work as a barman in London.
Yeah.
A million. Wild. I needed the money. He wasn't. No, I'm not going to say what I was about to say. It's fine.
Yeah, come on.
No, I'm not going to say what I was about
Come
to
on.
say. No, I'm not going to say
Give us
it.
a bit of clickbait here. Go on.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'll get myself in trouble. I'm not doing it.
Cancelled.
I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it.
Okay. Well, yeah. I think that's a good amount about it. That's a fucking. we've on different opinions on who's at fault here.
No. Don't get me wrong, bro. Don't get me wrong.
No,
right?
you're a victim blamer. I get it.
She's definitely at fault. He's not a fucking victim. He did it himself.
Damn.
This is what I'm saying. From the start, though, like, he doesn't need to enable all this behavior. He didn't need to.
He made it so much worse.
He's made it so much worse, and then he continued on with it because his ego needed filled. That's all it was at the start. That's all it was. Oh, I'm feeling shite.
Yeah.
I'm still living at my mum's, my ex-girlfriend's mum's house. All this shit.
Yeah, it's nobody likes me because I've got nothing going on in my life, but this woman likes me, and I can't help but like it. Like, that's what's going on.
So you've just kept feeding her along, making her feel like she's fucking important, and then kicking off all the time. I get it that she's done way fucking too much, and she's got mental health issues. Yeah. Like, clear as the mental health issues.
The cat's just taking a shit. That is wild.
Does it smell that bad? I was so confused.
Bro, what the fuck?
Oh, mate, that's wild.
Oh, fuck. Let's move this along.
Yeah, sorry. I can't even think right. You just put me off.
Sorry.
Cat shot.
Yeah, he made it a whole lot worse. Like I say, I think to start with, it was like harmless, like a little bit of flirting as a jokey bit of banter and so on and so forth. She took it seriously, and then he did over the course of time try to. You're way to launch that table.
I'm not.
She did over the course of time try and keep going, and he was trying to tell her basically leave me alone, and then she just never did.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but yeah, at several occasions, yeah, it was very much like those were your chances for her to actually leave you alone.
Even with the emails, bro, you could have blocked her email. You can block people's emails.
Yeah.
She make another email, block that email. She makes another email, block that
Same
email.
as she got his phone number. That one would be an easy fix for me. Like, getting a phone number is mad easy. Just get a new phone number.
Yeah,
you literally just phone your company and go, can I get a different number? And they'll give you a different number.
It's wild.
Like,
so many fixes that could have been done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And he just didn't do any of them. So it's not like, I'm not saying that this guy's completely at fault for what happened to him. I'm not at all. I am a little bit, but
he just got himself molested, honestly.
Just wild to even, like, over the course of that year and a half, take every bad action you could possibly take to make every situation worse.
Like the time where when she stood up, like, didn't speak to him for a bit, and then he ended up measuring back. Like, that was your chance. That right there was your moment. Like,
it's wild.
That was your moment to be done of it all.
What was that?
But like I say, to give him one bit of credit is he does full say, he's like, that was on me. Like, he fully admits it. He's like, that was dumb as fucking. That was definitely my fault. I definitely made it worse. 100% agree. Definitely on me, that one. Like, he takes at least a bit of the blame for the fact.
Accountability.
Yeah, exactly. He does take accountability for the fact that he knows that he fucked up. I think they're two very broken people. Like, she's mentally ill, he's mentally broken, and it was just fucking mental. I'm excited to see how it pans out, though. I'm excited to see the end result.
Yeah, it's a wild situation, and if it turns out that it's all shite, and this Martha Lewin hasn't done this, which I don't think it's going to.
It'd be a boycott on Richard Gadd, is what it would be.
Mate, he'd be in jail. He'd be absolutely doing jail time. But if that is the case, and it turns out that way, then Jesus Christ. But I don't believe that's what's going to happen, purely because this Martha, she's in the show, has previous.
Yeah, but if she does, though.
But because again, I'm pretty sure it does. She does.
I'm pretty sure all of it's true, mate.
I'm pretty sure she does, because I couldn't find it because you have to pay for the personal records.
Yeah,
I just wasn't paying for it. I didn't care that much.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I mean?
So I think she's done it all, and she's just genuinely, like, she's not well, and so, like, she actually believes that she hasn't done it, even though she genuinely did. Like the fact that she believed that whole time, even when he told her they weren't together, she still believed that they were together. Yeah. Like, she still believed he was her boyfriend, even though he told her, like, they weren't. To the point that when he was like, hang on, I'll try it, and he actually said it, she's like broken by it, even though he's told her. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
I remember he said he was breaking up with her.
Yeah,
and then that's when she was staying outside the house. Am I right?
No, she was staying outside the house after. Yeah, because he'd broken up with her, and then she's seen him with the trans woman that he gets with. I can't remember her name, but he sees her with her, and then she's like, that's when she's like, oh, you fucking slag, you man whore. Like, you should see the slag that he's been hanging around, and you know what I mean, at the shop corners, and then just starts hanging around outside his house.
Okay.
Because she finds out where it is.
A whole mad situation. Like, from the first episode of the show, you think, wow, this is wild. This couldn't get any more wild. And then the second episode, you watch the second episode, and then it's like a whole nother level. And then you watch the third episode, and then there's another fucking like mad twist.
And that's what I'm saying. Then the fourth episode, you're like, oh, well, that's mad, that's tough to watch, oh my god, that's rough, and then more just
It just keeps piling on.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, don't get me wrong, it's a decent show if it hadn't happened to somebody. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But the fact that he himself, the main actor, is Richard Gadd, and this all happened to him, it didn't sit right with me while I was watching it. You know what I mean? It just
Like it's one of two things. It's either what you're saying, and it's the dude's like loves himself so much that he just wants to go through it all again because there's something in there, or
he's getting his jollies off on it,
or it's more like respect to somebody that's gone through something hard and he's managing to put himself out there to revisualize it again for the benefit of other people, so other people can.
What benefit does this do to other people?
Well, I think according to him, it's to like open people's eyes as to what the like comedy and movie industry and stuff like that's like, which is something that's been quite.
That was not the premise of this show.
But that's what he's no. But that's what he said. That's the whole point is to shine a light on the possibilities.
That wasn't the fucking idea of his show. You know, we've just sat and talked about the stalker the whole time, and we've touched on the fact that he was sexually abused. That's not the point of the show. The guy's done it to get his fucking jollies off, and then he's saying, "I want to raise awareness." Why is he reacting?
Raising awareness to people that are getting stalked and what it's like to be stalked and what it's like to be on the other end of it and things like that. Like, you've got to give it some credence for the fact that there are some people
that it would be hard as fuck.
No, I mean like some people that can be helped from seeing this because then they go like that have been through it themselves, and it gives them a little bit of comfort to be like, fuck, he actually maybe he's been through the same for me, or oh, he actually had it even worse than me. That makes me feel a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that might be if he's a good person with a solid heart, then that could be the case. He could genuinely have done it, put himself out there to potentially be ridiculed.
My only issue is I don't believe he's a good person with a genuine heart, because he wouldn't have done that to somebody. He just wouldn't have. One, would not have led Martha on like that. Then two, he wouldn't have then.
But I don't think he's leading her on as maybe as much. I don't think he's led her on as much as what you're maybe remembering then.
No,
because I don't think he led her on.
Definitely
that
led
much.
her on.
He made a couple of jokes that he maybe turns out he shouldn't have made, but they were like within group of people, like jokes, flirty joke. Do you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like, and then it wasn't him contacting her. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he massively led her on. I just think there's definitely points in time where he egged it a bit when he shouldn't have, when he could have allowed it to fizzle away. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I could go as far as to saying I fully think he led her on in the situation. I think at the start he gave her a bit of false hope, and he, like, maybe at the start, yeah, you could probably say that actually, that he like encouraged her a bit when he shouldn't have, like led her. But then after that, there are several points where I think he makes it clear, and he tries to make it very clear. And do you know what I mean? Then it's then
he makes it unclear by doing.
But I think some of it's him trying to be like, for example, like she's stalking outside the house, like he takes her home. That's like care of humans. Like that's like you're fucking freezing cold, potentially to die, so I'm taking her home. Like
the ambulance. You've shown your care. You've phoned the ambulance.
Is phoning an ambulance not really maybe wasting fucking resources? NHS.
She was dying of hypothermia.
I don't think she was dying of hypothermia. She was cold, and he was concerned that she was going to.
Then leave her the fuck alone.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? You just put yourself if you want to be a good person, phone someone to help her.
See, that's going to be a difference of opinion, because I think you'd split people that. I think some people would see being a good person as putting your own feelings and emotions aside to help a person that could potentially die.
Putting your own safety aside
to help someone else. No, but it's not risking their safety, because she already knows where they live.
But you involving yourself more and more with this woman and going and helping her and showing her the care. That's all that's doing is playing with her head again.
I don't think he did the right thing. I'm not saying I think it was right. He did, like, it was bad. She shouldn't have been in the situation to be outside there. But I don't think you can say, like, it's dependent on mentality. It's dependent on your morals. Like, a lot of people would think that putting your own safety aside and putting yourself aside to possibly get yourself in a worse situation to help this person not potentially die.
To help this person that's caused you unbelievable amounts of stress and grief for the last year.
That is the most unselfish thing that you can possibly do.
And guess what? Is phone an ambulance for her, because it gets the same result as.
No, that's very selfish, because then it ruins possible resources for other people that could be dying, like actually dying. Phone an ambulance. I would never phone an ambulance in that situation, bro. I would never phone an ambulance in that service.
Phone the police.
The police will tell them to bounce, bro. If
you
go, there's a woman sitting at the bus stop outside my house. What are they going to do?
Phone the police and tell them there has been a woman sat outside my house for 6 days, has not moved.
But he'd spoken to the police about it.
No, he had
And
not
but
about
yeah,
that.
he had. But because she hadn't done anything violent towards him, they couldn't do anything about
There's a
it. She was just at the policeman says it to her.
I'm telling
She's
you
like,
right
we
now,
can't
there's a
prove you.
million
She's not
different
just
ways
waiting
you
on a
could have
bus.
helped her. You could have helped her a load of different ways, bro. He
Yeah,
did not need to go and do what he was doing.
Agree.
He didn't. And unfortunately,
Agree.
that's my opinion on it.
I'm just saying you can't say he's a bad person because he done that.
I'm not saying
It's
he's a bad
dependent on
person because
it's
he's done
dependent
that.
on how your that is what you said.
How?
You said he was not. He can't be a good person if he didn't like get an ambulance instead of taking her away home
That's
like
not
that.
what I said.
You said because he led her on
and
by
then the
by doing
conversations
that.
went on to that, bro. I said he led her on, and you said he hasn't led her on, and then the conversation went on to that.
Okay, well,
I hadn't
regardless,
even
then
finished my
I
point before you
I
butted in.
don't think he's. Yeah, I just don't think you can consider it he's a bad guy because he tried to help her. Like, it's maybe not it wasn't the best idea and it wasn't the best thing to do for his future, but I wouldn't say he was being a bad guy.
I'm not saying he's a
like
bad
he was
guy,
trying to
but
help
you're saying,
someone.
You're saying if you're a good person with a good heart. That doesn't say that to me. Because all he's done now is he's created a show where everyone found out who Martha was within the week.
I didn't say making the show was being a good person and a good heart. We were on about helping her at that time.
No, we got onto that eventually. It was before that we were talking about him.
Yeah,
having a
you
good
said
heart.
if he was a good person, he wouldn't have helped her like that
No, I
because it
didn't. I
caused.
said- No, I said if he was a good person, he wouldn't have led her on. And then you started talking about stuff and led us into that. I didn't mention
But
nothing about the
you-
bus stop. You brought the bus stop up.
We'll watch this clip back because you definitely did.
I didn't bring the bus stop
When
up.
you said the bus stop, you're like, if he was really a good person, he would have phoned an ambulance. He wouldn't have like helped her back from that.
You said he's a good person because he went out his way and put himself out there. And I went,
We'll
"So
watch
call an
it back
ambulance."
'cause that's not what happened.
I sure is.
Yeah, we'll watch it back.
I can't wait for this to be in.
Same. I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna clip when we watch it back. But yeah, there's not really much more can be said about that. Then that's that.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I would like to just slide 5 to 10 minutes in about cast this because it's coming up.
Okay.
And we'll be chatting about this for about 40 minutes now. So,
Okay.
do you have any complaints about that one, Chef?
No. Go on then.
What? Oh, what's...
Go on.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm just. Right there. Yeah. So, as usual, what is it? We're 2 months since the last one passed. So we've got Cast This 3 coming up.
When?
No,
Yeah.
Cast This 3 coming up on the 1st of July.
Okay.
Wait. Why have I forgotten that already? 1st of June. 1st of July. 1st of June. Why the fuck have I forgotten that? We'll say 1st of June. We'll say 1st of June. But yeah, so Cast This coming back. Number 3, Montrose Town Hall again, I believe. And like I say, I'm not going to go too much into it, but it was more just to reference it and make it as a part of the thing.
Liam's
There's some
not
good
fighting on
fights
that
on
card,
it.
is he?
Yeah, there's Marcus is fighting again. Harry from the gym is fighting. And is it just... Yeah, I think it's just Marcus and Harry that are on just now to fight. But one of the Clancy brothers that obviously we've spoken about a few times before, young Stephen Clancy,
Or Stephen can't say that.
he is fighting against the guy that the kid that Marcus
lost to.
fought last time. Yeah,
okay.
Ronan Shaughnessy, is it? Something like that. I'll
Okay,
get it wrong.
okay.
But yeah, so some good fights again. We've got Kunle main event this time, and my brain's gone absolutely fucking
Lorenzo?
mush because we've just harsh fucking thingied that for 40 minutes. My brain's all fucking fully baby reindeer right now. Yeah, Lorenzo co-main, Kunle main
Yeah.
again. Yeah, so like I say, Stephen Clancy in there against. Is
he third right from the men? Is he?
So there's him, 2 more fights, then the 2 main, then the co-main and the main.
Okay.
So but it'll be good to go. I mentioned to you earlier, Yusuf Kurt. His younger brother was on the last Cast This, but so
Yes.
Yusuf's quite well known, like he's a good fighter and stuff like that. So it's going to be really good to have him on. That'll be a really good fight to
He's
watch
good.
as well.
You said he's got a good amateur pedigree, no?
He's got really good. Yeah, I think he's got a good amateur record, and I've seen him grappling and I've seen him fighting and stuff like that, and he's good. Like he's
Okay.
got he's pretty talented. Like so
I'll have to-
watching that, there's going to be some good fights on this
I
one.
bet I'll
like.
come to it.
Yeah, you will
I will, yeah. Because I get nights off now.
definitely.
So I'll actually be there for this one.
Yeah.
That'll be class. Unfortunately, Liam's not fighting.
No,
Or
no.
Andy G's not fighting this time. Or you're not fighting. But you are commentating.
Yes,
So we're there for that.
Yeah.
Big cow pat on the
on the mic.
again.
What?
Being
But-
the MC.
But like I say, at least you'll obviously Harry and Marcus are still fighting, so
Yeah.
that'll be good. And yeah, like I say, there's just some of the fight. They'll be good. They'll be really good.
Harry, I'm interested to see his fight live actually.
Mm.
Because he won his last fight, no?
Yes, he did quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He choked him out. No, Was it?
Yeah, was it rear naked
Triangle?
choke? I think, or no, it was either ground strikes or a rear naked choke. It was one of the two. I can't remember. It was one of the two. I should have known. I was staring right at it, but yeah, I can't remember. It was one of the two, but it was yeah, it was good. So I'm buzzing to see them all fight again. That'll be awesome.
Just to get to a live event. That'll be class, man.
Yeah, mate.
Honestly.
There'll be a bar again, nothing like that, so you can get absolutely blazing and watch Abdi scrap.
Are you driving home?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll not be drinking because I'll be commentating. So yeah, I'll take you home, Mike.
Legend. I'll look forward to that then. I need to make sure and get the date on that confirmed, and we'll
Yeah.
talk more about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk more in depth about that as we get closer to the date.
Once the full card comes out, we can have a
Yeah,
little
we can
bit of a
dissect
look
it
at
a
it.
bit.
So yeah.
No, we're looking forward to that then.
Marvelous.
So let me know if is Liam not looking to fight? No, I would just assumed he would.
He is looking to fight, but I just don't think he's.
Have they not got an
I
opponent
don't
yet?
think he's booked. I think. Did he not? I think he might have gotten like not an injury, but like had hurt something in the last fight. Like maybe his. I don't want to say anything in case we're totally lying, bro. Like, but I think I think he's I think he just needs a little bit more time.
Nothing confirmed yet.
Yeah, a bit more time than he'll maybe, or he might jump into it. They might just still be trying to match him with somebody. I actually
That's why I
don't
assumed
know.
that they were trying to match him with someone.
Yeah,
or
generally
get a match
don't know.
for him. Well, anyway, we'll look forward to talking more about that, man.
Absolutely.
I think we'll leave it there, though. Good pod.
Yeah.
Good discussion about the baby reindeer episode.
We'll go and have a 5-minute argument when we realise one of us is wrong and one of them's right about what happened earlier.
Oh, we're gonna have to record this as well, you know. Like, genuinely gonna have to like get the phones out and record a reation to hearing this.
Well, we'll
back.
see, because I'll play it on the thing. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
and we'll see if it makes it into the video. Cowie was wrong. If it doesn't make if it
makes it into the video,
I was wrong.
No. Listen, I'm a man of my word. I'll make it into the video regardless. And even if I can't be arsed editing, it'll at least be a me clip at the end going, he was right. Fuck's sake. Or me going,
Yeah. Right. Okay. Cheers for listening, everybody. As always, thank you for watching and listening. Thanks for being part of the fam. If you
like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, I always forget.
Remember at the start.
Yeah, remember to like and subscribe and bang in the comments and remind me to tell me to do it at the start of videos rather than at the end.
Yeah,
but
and other things in comments as well. I know people don't maybe necessarily want to comment. I don't know. I've always asked for ideas, but even if it's just nonsense, comments help.
Yeah, bro.
Like, yeah,
comments are good for feedback and
like
stuff.
Like it and comment shite, preferably good feedback. But if it doesn't have to be good feedback, even just call me a dickhead or something. That'll be fine.
I do all the time. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Cheers, guys, for watching. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Moral of the story, he was right. He physically did not say the words I said he said, so kudos. I was absolutely wrong. Come on! However...
Come on! Honestly, get your cats some pills because they stink.
Yeah, that's a stinky shite. Well, I still maintain my moral was right. I'm morally right. You were just actually right.
That's enough for me.
Oh, I was going to turn it around, but that. Bye!